Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a news website like CNN.com. I'm going to teach you how to do everything from scratch. I'm going to show you how to do research for emerging topics that people are searching for. I'm going to show you how to differentiate short-term trends and long-term trends. I'm going to show you how to do proper choice for the best search terms and the best news article topics that people are going to love to read. I'm also going to show you how to write the articles. I'm also going to show you how to lay them on your website, and then we will design a full-fledged website from scratch. And the good news is that every single thing we do here is going to be done using 100% free tools. So if you are ready, let's jump on to the next stage of this tutorial. Building, you can see the beautiful header. This is our logo, and when I hover over the logo, you see that effect there. When I hover over the text too, you see that effect there. You can see also the beautiful slider with different news articles and the categories. These are the headings. This is an excerpt, and this is the read more button. So you notice that whenever I hover over any of them, you see this red background pops up, and the sliders are sliding by themselves. You can also slide on it with your mouse. Then these are different news articles. You see when I hover over this, and it has a read more button, it shows you the date it was published, and then the category. Then this is all football news, and then this is all tennis news. This is also golf news. So if I come here to basketball, you can see that these are all articles under basketball. And if I click now to preview any of these, or let's come to football, or any other one, or soccer, you can see. So if I open this one, click on it, this is the news article. Then you can see related post, and you can comment here. You can turn this comment off if you want. Then on the side, you can see other recent posts that have been done on this website. Then you see the footer of the website. There are social media links which you can click on, and it takes you to the social accounts. If I come on tennis, it's going to show me articles related to tennis. I can also search here. Let's say I just want to search for Serena. When I click on search and I hit search, it's going to bring up this article about Serena. And there's also something on the home page. It's going to locate all the pages where the word Serena appears. So it makes it easy for people to search for news on your website. So that is what we are going to be doing. Without much ado, let's hop on to my computer. Here we are on the back end of this website, and we see, since it's a fresh install, if we come to post, we see we have just this dummy post. We can just trash this, but we'll not trash it for now. Of course, under media, you'll not find anything there. Under pages, you'll see these two sample pages. We are not going to use those for now. Let's come to appearance and look at themes. We have the default theme installed, which is 2024. For plugins, we have this because I reset my WordPress installation, users, tools, and all that. Let me come to users. We have these users here. So I want to come to themes, and I want to add a new theme, and we are going to be using Ocean WP. Ocean WP. Yes, this is the theme, Ocean WP. Let's just click on install, and it's installing. Now we will go ahead and activate it. Yes, it's active, and it's already asking us to install and activate Ocean Extra, but we are going to install that, but not now. I'll just X out of this too. So if I now come to themes, this is what we have. I can just delete this one. I don't want any extra bloat on my website. Now I'm going to come to plugins, and we want to install some plugins. The first one we are going to install is, of course, Ocean Extra. which was recommended. There's a reason I decided to install it from here. Ocean Extra. And this is it. This is it. It may not have very good reviews, but we can't use this theme without it. We also see Ocean Custom Sidebar. We are not going to use that for now. Let's just install this. It's been installed. Then Ocean Post Slider. Install that too. Now we want to look for another one. Still click on Add New and then look for Elementor. Elementor. This is the page builder we are going to be using. So it has more than 10 million active installations and with very good reviews. Out of 6,840, that's almost 7,000 reviews. He has about, that should be about 4.5 or 4.6. Install that. Then install Elementor Header and Footer Builder. Install these two. Now you want to come to install plugins and want to activate all of this with the exception of WP Reset. Activate all of this, click and apply. So Ocean WP is asking us to upgrade, but we don't want to upgrade right now. We don't have the budget for that. Remember, I want to do this for free. So I'll close that. And you see, we already have all our plugins installed. So we want to also go ahead and do some more customization. But before we do that, we want to create some pages. The first thing we'll create is the home page. So it brings me to this page. I'm going to name this home and it's going to be our home page. And I will publish it. You can change the template from here and make it Elementor full width. So it's going to give it a broad, layout. I'm going to publish this, publish, and then edit with Elementor. Now, this website called pexels.com is where you can get, free stock photos. Now, back to our homepage, it shows me, it says continue with Elementor AI. I will just say continue. Now, what I want to do is that I want to edit this page. So first of all, I want this bar here to be on top of here so that it makes it easy for me to work. I'll copy this and I'll paste so that I can come back to the back end of my page. I'll delete this. So I'll come to Elementor settings and then I want to come to features. I want to activate all and then don't forget to save. When I come here and I reload this page now, you see that that bar is now up here. It makes it easier for us to work. I'll come to settings and I want to hide title. We are still going to have to do this on the Ocean WP customizer, but nevertheless I'll just hide the title there. I'll hide the title. Then if I reload this page, it's very unlikely that anything has changed. You still see everything. We are going to hide that. So for the home page, we want to give it a hero section. And for us to do that, we will need to make this to be a post slider, which we cannot do right now, but I just wanted us to have this home page. Let's come now back to the settings and we want to come to Ocean WP. We can actually come here, appearance, and go to customize. We're now going to make some adjustments here. We have to change the name of our website. Let's just say Sports for You. We'll just say Sports for You. And then you can put any tagline, publish that, go to the back. And then menus. We are going to create menus very soon. Then widgets. For the footer, you can decide what you want to have in the footer, how many widgets you want to have in the footer. Personally, I would like to have 3 widgets, so I can delete this. I can delete this widget. To delete it, you are going to go to the widgets area and do that. We will not do that for now. Then home page settings. It should be a static page. Your home page should be a static page and it should be home. So for post, we are going to create the post page where all our posts will be. I think we can just go ahead and do that right now. I'll copy this, come back to the back end of my website and paste this here. I want to come to pages and click on add new page. Now before I go ahead, we can make each page, each post to be a page, or we can make each post to be a post. I take that over. We can make each article to be on a separate page, or we can make each article to be on just a single post. That is all up to you. If we put each of them on a separate page, it's going to make your website too heavy. So I prefer we use each article as a new post. That's each new item. So I'm going to say, name this blog. You can name it whatever you want. And then I'm going to make this. I'll just leave the template the way it is. And I'm going to publish and publish. If I come now here and I reload this and I come to homepage settings, this is going to be home, and then the post page is going to be blog, and then I'll publish that. Go to the next, typography. You can choose your typography here. For the body, I want it to be the font. I want it to be something like Lato, or you can make it sans serif, anything, Comic Sans, Impact, anything of that sort. You can choose any of these Google Sans. I will use DM Sans for the body, and the font weight, I'll just leave it to be default. The font size, I will not make it, the font size, let's just say, I will make it to be 16 because I want it to be bold. So the font size 16. Font style, just leave it the way it is. And the font color should be thicker than this. I want something darker. Here. Letter spacing, you can change that. I'll publish this. Now for the heading 1. The font weight, you can make it to be, let's say, 700. And then the size, the font size, you can make it 28. That's heading 1. You can make it darker than this. So when we change this, we are not going to change the begin. Publish. For heading 2, which we are going to have a lot of this in our post, you can make this to be, let's say, 24. And let's leave it that color. And then the weight should be as it is. I'll come back. Heading 3. I will not have a lot of heading 3s. Logo. I'm going to create a logo. Then the top bar. We are not going to have this most often because we are going to build a custom top bar. Then the mobile menu, let's leave this to be default for now. Sidebar widget heading, let's leave that to be default for now. So let's X out of typography. Now let's come to general options. You see things like general styling, and here we are going to use the colors, which that's the colors for our website. To me, I want it to be something, let's say, you can make it dark blue, and this is going to affect your buttons too. You can make it dark blue, or you can make it black or gray, something of this sort. I will now copy. So this is it. I'll copy the hex code. I'll copy that, and then the hover primary, I'll paste that here and make it a little bit. Paste that and hit enter. I will delete one of these pound signs. I want to make it a little bit fainter. So this is it. I think on second thought, let me make this more colorful. Let me make this a certain shade of brown. Yes, let me give it that shade. I'll copy the hex code now for hover. I'm going to paste that here. Hit enter. But but I'll make this a little bit fainter. Or I can leave it the same way, but what I simply do is I make this to be fainter. Still the same, but I'll make this to be fainter. So main menu border color, I'll leave it the way it is. I can now publish this. I'll go back here, and then I want to go to blog entries. Now you can make it to be this way. We want to change the blog style from large image to thumbnail. Then you can also toggle off quite a number of things here. You can reduce the excerpt length to maybe 25 characters or 25 words. Pagination, let's leave all of that the same. Vertical position, let's leave that. And then we want to come now back. Still on blog, single post. How do we want the single post to appear? Let's just leave it the way it is. And we come now back. You see here we have this blog. Let's go to general options, page title, and then visibility. Let's click on hide on all devices. So you see we no longer have there. We have these spots for you. We are going to deal with that shortly. Now we want to work on the sidebar. So what we have here, it's good, but we want to change the defaults. So let's go back a little bit. Go to widgets, go to default sidebar, and you see it already shows us what we have here, but we want to change all of these. We'll start by deleting everything we have here. So I'm going to click here on this side. I'll delete. Same thing here. I'll delete. Same, delete. And then delete this one too. Same here. So we want to have an empty slate with which we work. So that is also deleted. We want to add a search bar here. We'll just look for search, and this is it. So search is added. You see it has the colors which we specified for our blog. We may change that in the course of the tutorial, but for now let's leave it the way it is. The next thing we want to add is recent post. We want to add recent post. So this is what we add. And by default, it's going to add just 3 recent posts, but we want to make it maybe 8 because there's going to be ample space around here. So we don't have any posts now. That's why you're seeing this. I will save that. It's saved. Now that we have this done, we can just close out the customizer, and we can view our website on the front end. You see there's nothing there. This is where we have to start with the work of this website. The first thing we have to do is that we have to decide if you're going to create a news website. You need to decide on what kind of news you want to report, and we are going to find out how to do that just now. A news website is different from a blog because news is time bound. So you actually want to know what is trending. Now, there are several ways to get news items. It is either by observation, you knowing what is happening in the world, or in your area, or you can find out trends. So for you to do that, we are going to use Google Trends. Google Trends. So having decided that we want to start a sports news website, we want to find out what is trending in the world of sports. So Google Trends is going to give you everything that is trending online because let's be honest, Google pretty much dominates the world. So let's come to trending now. Click on trending now on Google. And you can see all of these. These are things which are trending. You see MLS. MLS is Major League Soccer. Now you can open this in a new tab and it takes you to this sports news blog, lfac.com,
LAFC, that's Los Angeles Football Club.com. This is about sports. So this is something which is trending. So if I click down here on this drop down, you can search this, you can share this, but this is what is trending. So the fact that it's trending means it's a good news, sports news article to write about. Now look at this one. Inter Miami, starting 11, Charlotte FC vs Inter Miami FC. So this is also trending. You can write a news article, but this was 11 hours ago. Then you see Fashion Island and all this. No, we want to look for things related to sports. Now look at this. Brazil vs Colombia, 13 hours ago. So those are sports news items. But most importantly, let's come to explore. And then you can search, look at this: ticket admission, New York Times connections and all that. UEFA Euro 2024 tournament, it has a spike of 900% in the search volume. So let's just look for, let's look for a term like football. And what we want to search for is the term. This search term, not the sports, because we want to write a news article about it. So this is the graph of the interest in football over time. So July 2023, we had a spike, and then it began to go down. We had another spike, it goes down, then we had another spike, then it's been pretty much flat. For any news item, whenever you see any news topic, whenever you see a spike, it is most likely because that was when that particular thing happened, or something happened at that time that orchestrated that spike. These are not random spikes. For something like football, this spike is most likely due to a tournament, maybe the UEFA Champions League or Euro or whatever, or the World Cup or whatever. Since it's in the United States and it was last year, this is probably maybe one very big tournament. Now, we want to compare this with other search terms to see which one we will settle with. Then let's look at now basketball. So we can compare both terms to see which one we are more interested in. You see, football has a greater spike, but it pretty much flats out. Basketball is more stable. So you decide which one you want. And now it shows us under football, this is a breakout term. Football Women's World Cup. I think it's a breakout term because it's probably coming up. College football odds, bet us sportsbook. This one has had a spike of plus 300% in search. Then you see Colorado football. A breakout keyword is a keyword that has had a search volume increase of more than 5,000%. So if this went up to 5,000%, you will see here breakout. Now for basketball, you see Yanni Hofnagel basketball. I don't know what that is. You can just right click and then explore. Let's explore. What is that, Yanni? I'll close this out. So you see, it may not be a very good idea to search for this, even though it has been a breakout keyword. Remember, we are looking at this for the past 12 months, which is not very good. So it spiked from around let's say October 22nd, came back down, flattened out, spiked again, and then flattened out. So for us to get recent searches, let's look at the past, let's say past hour. Since it's news, and news is very, very perishable. So in the past hour, it's going to show us the spike. Which one is going to be better? You see, both of them are performing. The difference is not very much, but football has more search volume. Over the past 1 hour. Now, let's add another sport. Let's say hockey. So you look at hockey, it's pretty much just dead over the past hour. And we can add soccer because the Americans, what they call football is soccer is what we call football. So you can see a graph. Soccer has very good search volume too, with decent spikes. Now let's look at this over the past 7 days. What's the graph over the past 7 days? So you see soccer has been the best performer of these 4 over the past 7 days. So this gives you an idea of what you should be writing about. So soccer has had the best performance, you can see, over the past 7 days. Now let's click and check the past 30 days. Soccer has still been performing very, very well. So if you are writing for the United States audience, then it may be a good idea for you to focus on maybe soccer and football. And soccer is what we call football, those of us who are in other countries of the world. And there is a difference now. There is a confusion in the United States because a lot of people call it football and they mix it up with their own football, which they have there. So let's do a comparison. You see, football is definitely leading in Alabama, in Mississippi. So you can check your states here. If you are in the state of maybe Nebraska, you see that the best performers are blue, which is football, and red, which is basketball. So if you write about hockey, you are not going to get any search volume. But let's look at which states are best for hockey. So you see here, North Dakota is the best when it comes to hockey. It has the best search volume for hockey. Let's look at others for hockey. You see Minnesota, it has the best for hockey. And then New Hampshire, you see Vermont too has very good search volume for hockey. If you want to write about football, it will not do very well in a state like, let's see, what did I do? Let me go back. Oh, I clicked on that. I shouldn't have done that. I'll go back. So in a state like, let's go back to this. So you see, the more we look at the states, there are some states which have very little search volume for football, but they have decent volume for soccer. So if you wanted to focus on soccer, the best area where you will get your search volume from is District of Columbia, which is DC. So you may be better off writing news articles about soccer in DC, and maybe in places too like Arizona, in places like Washington, and also in places like California, and places like New York, and places like Rhode Island too. But if you wrote about soccer, you get very little interest from places like West Virginia. So having done that, you now have what you are looking for. So you'll be writing, let's say we are writing on soccer, and you see soccer field sinkhole, soccer field penalty for coughing, USA vs Panama. This one is going to be very, very trendy. USA vs Panama, USA vs Bolivia. I don't know when that took place or if it has already taken place. Copa America standings. So these are keywords you can write about. You see Argentina vs Canada. This one must have passed. Slovakia soccer, Hungary soccer. And then you see all of these. These are search terms with decent volume. So let's just see cheer at the soccer stadium. You see, you can write about that one. Let's go to explore cheer at the soccer stadium. Let's explore this. And you see, this is the issue with breakout keywords, because sometimes they spike and then they just go down. Now, on June 4th, there was a spike in search volume for that, but it has pretty much flattened out. Let's see how it performed over the past 12 months. Over the past 12 months, you see, that is absolutely not something you should write about. So let's look at other ones. Where is soccer? Let's come here and come to the first page Let's say soccer field sinkhole. Let's explore that. You want to write about that. So let's look for the past 4 hours, the search volume. It doesn't have any search volume for the past 4 hours. Let's look at the past 7 days. Okay, so you see it has pretty much flattened out. So you get the idea of what I'm trying to tell you. This is how you get news articles. So for our case, let's look at the past 1 hour so that we know what we can write about. Since this is not a blog, it's news, and news is very, very perishable. So now look at this: Spain soccer, Olympic soccer odds. Let's explore this. Olympic soccer odds. It doesn't really give us any thing to work with, but we can go on Google itself and then look for that, and let's see what other news channels are writing about Olympic soccer odds. Okay, Olympic soccer 2024, and see Paris Olympic full men and women's soccer. USA Today has written about that. FIFA Olympic tournament Paris, and it's going to be starting from the 24th of July to the 10th of August. This is definitely something you can write about, because if you write about it now, because since it starts on the 24th of July, I'm doing this video on the 4th of July 2024. If you write about this right now, you are definitely going to get some traction. So what we can do is that we are going to write about that. So let's go to copy that. We want to get some news ideas about that, because the more you write about it, the more it is you are able to get search volume. So we'll go to Perplexity AI. In case you don't know Perplexity AI, it's one of the greatest Google rivals now. It's very, very reliable. Here we are on Perplexity AI. So what I'll simply do is I'll say I want to, or just say provide 5 good news article topics or titles about controversy soccer, Olympic soccer 2024, and it's providing them. See, Olympic soccer 2024 top teams to watch in Paris. Rising stars set to shine in Olympic soccer tournament. Host nation France aims for gold in 2024 soccer tournament. So Olympic Perplexity AI has access to the internet. So what it writes is real-time data. It has access to the internet and also to historical artifacts. So I'll see, this is what I want to write about. Command V. Let me write this. See, I want to write a news article about the topic using real-time relevant and accurate information. Write the outline for this news article. So it's going to give you the outline which we are going to use to write the blog post. So to write the news article. Now mind you, news articles don't need to be too long, because this is news, it's not a blog. So this is it. United States favorites to win gold. France host nation Spain, reigning World Cup champion. Canada, defending Olympic champions. So it has given us this. Okay, I'm going to copy this now. and I'm going to come and feed it to another AI tool, which is going to now help us to write this article. Here we are on poll.com. It's kind of like a marketplace for AI models. Let's look at the official ones. You see the AI assistant, web search, cloud, and all this. So it's quite good. We can use this just for writing purposes. It's not going to provide us with the facts. We've gotten real-time accurate facts from Perplexity AI. So I'm going to be using Cloud Instant 100K, and the reason is that it is undetectable by most AI detectors. So I'm going to feed it and see. I'll paste that outline here and see that's the outline for a news article using, and I'll see, write out this article, or using that outline, write out this article following Google's EEAT principle. Only relevant, accurate, and real-time facts and figures should be included. Make sure to include H1, H2, and H3 tags where necessary. Write in a very clear, concise, and understandable manner. So, Claude is going to go ahead. You can see the H1, the H2 tags. I really don't like the way it formatted this article, but if I should copy part of this, and feed it to an AI detector, like, let's see, let me go to Quillbot AI detection. If I paste this here and analyze, let me paste that again, analyze text, it shows me that it is 100% AI detected. I will just copy this. I'll copy this, and then I'll come back to my website, and I want to create my first blog post. So I'll come to add new, and then the title, I'll come back here. The title is this H1 here. I'll copy selected text, come back to my website, paste that there. You see, never mind the H2 and H1 tags. WordPress understands them and is going to remove them by itself in most cases. I'll copy these two. Copy. I'll come back to my website. And then I want to paste this here. You see, it formats it by itself. So you see, it formats it by itself. So this is how you can write a blog post. But in your case, you may want a lot more detail than this. So this is how you write a blog post. So you can publish that. You can go ahead and publish that. So now what I want to do is you will need pictures for this. So come to Google and search for Olympic Games Paris 2024, and I'll just see I'm not a robot. So it gives me this search results here. What I want to do is I want to come to images. Now, mind you, you can't just go ahead and use any picture you want here. You have to be very, very careful. I'll come to more. Come to images, come to tools rather. Come to tools. When you click on tools, you see this bar here. Search for usage rights and click on Creative Commons. So these are the pictures you can use without receiving copyright strikes, without being sued. So I'll click on this one. You see this one here. It shows you that it's 1024 by 576. It's actually of very good quality. I'll save image as. I'll save it to my website. And then this one, I can save this one too. I can save this one too. What about this? This can also, you can also use this one, and it's actually really large. Save image as. So these are all Creative Commons pictures. You can use these. Let's come to our blog. The first thing we want to do is that we want to add a featured image. I will do that. I will select those 4 pictures. I will add them. There were actually 3. The last one is an old picture. They are loading. I will choose which picture I want to add. Let's say this. I want to add that. I will set as featured image. I will come here. I can add another one, or let's say here I can add another picture. You could add this one. Yes, that picture could be added there. Which other one? Where can we add another picture? Venues and schedules. Let's just say historical context. Here you can add another picture. I'll add this one. For some reason, this picture looks very, very small. If it's too small, we can replace it. Which other picture can we use? Can we use this one? Yes, we can use this one. Now, before we try to change the pictures, let's preview this. Let's preview this post. So you see this picture here is very small. So we can change that. Let's replace this. I will add that there. Why is this being so small? Let me delete this. I'll add a fresh, a new. This one is, oh, okay, the pictures were really, really small. Now we can look at this. Somehow, when we're saving it, it saved a very, very small size. So we can save this one. Or you can go to Pexels and look for a picture of Paris. Paris. You can look for a good picture of Paris and put there. Yes, we could use this one. Let's download this. Let's use this one instead. Since it's a free stock footage, we can upload that. Use that there. Good. So you see what we have here. So we preview this post. This is what we have. I'll reload. And we have this. So this is what we have for our post. Olympic soccer top teams to watch. Introduction. You can remove this text that says introduction or that heading. We don't want that there. So that is that. Now, mind you, when you use poll and it gives you any text, you can simply tell it rewrite and make it longer. You see, it's going to rewrite. I like what is done now. So you see, it has rewritten it and made it a lot longer. So that is just that. So what we are going to do now is to go and style our website. Let's go to pages. But before then, I'm going to add some other blog posts. So this is our home page. You can see here there is nothing on it. But want to come here and edit this home page. What we want to do is that we want to come back to the back end. I will come to the back end of my website and you see post sliders. Remember, we already installed that plugin, and we'll click on add new. We want to name this first slider, and the type it should be posts. So what we are going to be seeing sliding are posts. Then we want the style to be, let's say, 3 images, a number. Let's just put 2, then post to slide. It should slide about 6 posts, and then the image size should be 780 by 0. 780 by 0, which is medium large. And then the read more button, yes. So we have created that post slider, and it will now come to, let me update that. It will now come to post sliders. We see this. It's supposed to give us a shortcode. Let's edit this. Okay, here is the shortcode. I'll copy that. I'll come to the home page now. I want to look for shortcode widget, shortcode element or widget. I'll drag that and put that there. And then I'll just paste in that post slider. Now you see just one post is being displayed, but I wanted 2 posts. I'll make this full width. And then I'll come to advanced, turn off margin, turn off padding so that it feels. You can see if I publish this and then I preview this page on another page, this is what it shows me. Not quite what I'm expecting, I don't know. I'm going to go back to the post slider, and then I want to look at what is happening there. Number per slide. Okay, number of posts per slide. It should be 2. I had this wrong. Then here should be 6. So posts per slide will be 2, and then the number of slides that will be displayed are 6 in total. Yes, so here we have it. If I bring my mouse over this, you see it hovers, and then you see it's automatically sliding on its own. So you can slide it with this bar, or you can just let them. So you have the post, you have a little except, you have the read more button. Let's come back to our page so I can reload this, and it's going to show better. It may not show very well here, but on the front page it's showing. We can see what is happening. Now I want to add some posts. Since this is a news blog, it's a news website, it's going to show basically just post. What I want to do is that I want to add a plugin. I'll click on add new, and I'm going to search for a plugin called Post Grid. So I think this is the one we are looking for. I'll install that. And then I'm going to activate. So it's asking me for some stuff here. I'm just going to save changes. I hope I installed the right one. I'll come back here now I'll reload this page. Then you see PostGrid has given me this. So I want to drag that and put in here. And then it's going to give me a number of posts. I want to filter each of these by category. So you can change the layout. You can change the layout here. You can use layout 3. You can also use, all of these are pro layouts. Let's see layout 2. The difference is not very much. Let's just go back to the default layout 1. So you see the section title is showing there. So what we want to do is that you can change this to maybe 2 columns. You can change this to 2 columns. But for this one, I'll just make it 3 columns. And then the text align, you can make it to be centered. You can make it to be left aligned. The query build, what we can do is that we can choose post source, and then you can choose particular articles. Let's see, we want just articles under a particular category. Let's go back to the dashboard. I'll close this. Let's say we want just articles under, let's go to post category. Under this particular category, let's see, basketball. We want just this post. So if we click on basketball, these are the different posts we have. LeBron James pushes back and all that. So I'll come still to the dashboard of my website, and I'll go to post or post. And then you see, let's say for basketball, we want to copy the ID. So this is the ID for this one, 64. I'll copy that. I'll paste it there. Then I'll put a comma. Then let's look for other basketball articles. Yes, this is basketball. I'll copy this and I'm going to add it here. Let's see which other article featured under basketball. Warriors defeat Cavaliers, Aaron George. Where's Aaron George? Okay, here it is. So I'll copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Comma, Ctrl V. So you see, we have just basketball post here, just basketball post. And then we can also come to, you can filter by category. You can just choose just the category here. Let's see, basketball is still going to give you the same results. Even if I removed all of these, you see, still gives me all the basketball articles. So you can scroll down. There is a lot you can do. There's a lot you can do here. Offset and all that. Taxonomy relation, we'll forget about that. Those are not very important. Order by. Sticky header, sticky post for top. Pagination, all of that. Links. So let's go to layout. Let's go back to layout. Let's go to settings. So we want to show thumbnail. We want to show settings. For the except, yes, we want to do the except, but we want to make it very, very, except limit should be, let's see, 80. So very little should be seen of the except. 80, yes, I think 80 is good. Then all of these title and all that field section, metadata like post date. We want to show post date. We don't want to show author. So this bar here is going to disappear. So this is what we want. So this is how we are going to be selecting them. Section title. Section title. We don't necessarily want a section title here. We don't necessarily want a section title. So we can just turn this off and then we'll put a title by ourselves. So first of all, I'm going to make this to be full width. I'll save that and let me preview this. So you see, this is what we have. So I'm going to add a title up here. I'm going to add a title and I'm going to select title and drag it here, and I'll see basketball news. We can drag this up here. Normally the title should have been applying here. Maybe it didn't apply to Elementor, and I want to make this entire section to be full width. And then I want to increase, I'll give it a top padding of 70, a top margin rather, of 70. Maybe 70 is too much, I'll make it 50. And then I want to change the style to black. Let me just do this and make it custom. I'll make this to be black. I'll make this to be sans serif. Sans serif. I don't see sans serif there. Let's just say Montserrat. We had previously chosen a different font for the headers, but I don't know why it's not displaying here. Now, before I choose this, let me just preview this. If the header style we did is showing here. No, it's not showing. It's not showing. So what I'll do is, I'm going to choose this. It should be Montserrat. I'll just use Montserrat here. Montserrat. Yes. Then I'm going to make it to be size 40. We can even make it to be 50. So this is basketball news. And then I want to give this a right padding, or a left padding rather, of 10. Let me preview this. So this is basketball news. Now I feel like this is too stretched too much to the end. So I'm going to give this section, let's say boxed. I'll make it boxed, but it's going to be 1340. I'll reload this. No, that is too much. That is, I still see a lot of space. Let's say 1440. I'll do that there, and then I'll reload. Okay, so that is that. I will do the same for this one. 1440 boxed. 1440, and then I'm going to duplicate this and duplicate this. So I'll drag this and put and see football news. Football news. And then here I'm just going to click, and when it comes to query, I'll come down, look for football. So it's going to load here. Okay, so this is supposed to be under soccer. So when you see college football playoffs or Tom Brady, for the Tom Brady article, I'll come here and change the picture. I'll come to post or post, and where we see Tom Brady, where's Tom Brady? I want to open that, and I want to change the default picture to be something like, there was another one. Let's just put this one here. So I'm going to set that, update that, come back to my home page. Okay, I'd already. So if I now reload this page, you see the changes. Now you see this is looking different. Even though what the Americans call football is soccer, I was supposed to change this, but I'll just leave it the way it is. I think the point is clear. And then I'll duplicate this. And I'll do the same thing. I'll bring this down here. And I'll see soccer news. Soccer news. I will change the query for this. Change it to soccer. So this is soccer. I changed this, but it did not show. You know what I'm going to put here? I'm going to put tennis instead. I'll put tennis here. Tennis, yes. Tennis news. Then finally, I'm going to put golf. I hope we have enough articles for golf. I'll duplicate this. And then I want to change this to golf news. If we don't have enough articles, then I'll just leave it the way it is. Golf news. I want to change the query here to golf. Golf. Okay, we have enough. I see tennis featuring on golf, but it is totally okay. So what I want to do is that I want to reduce the top margin for this to be 25. This 25. This should also be 25. And then I'll leave this one the way it is. So this is our home page. If I look at this on the front end, so you see we have this beautiful news channel here. This beautiful news, and it really has the news layout. You mostly see news channels looking like this. So what I notice is that we don't have any menu items here. We don't have a menu. What I want for us to do is to create a new menu. I want us to create a new menu, but before this we will need our logo. I'm going to be using Canva to create a logo. So I'm just going to look for something which is 1920, custom design. I'll look for custom design here. Custom design 1920 by, let's say 400, and let me look at it how it's going to be, because we want a very narrow logo. Okay, this one is good. So I want to search here, come to elements, search for sports. So this is quite a good one because it gives you a range of different sports, balls. So, and then I'll put text here. No, let me use this one. At least it's a free one. So I'm going to see sports. For you. I need to choose the hex code which we chose for our website. I'll come back to the customizer. I want to go to general options, general settings, general styling. This is the one I'm going to pick. I'll pick this hex code. I'll come back to my editor. I want to paste that there. So I've changed the color, and you see this is our logo. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense, but we are just going to use it the way it is. I can shift these elements to give it some breathing space. And I'll download that. Let me just name it sports logo. Sports logo. And I'll download it. Thank God there is no premium elements here, so you can download everything for free. I'll come back here, and there are two options. You can either just use this header the way it is and use the footer the way it is, or you can choose to do your own header and your own footer. So having done our logo, we need to now come back to the dashboard, the back end of our website. We want to create menu items. So come to appearance, menus. I want to create our menu. It's going to be called menu, and I want it to be main menu, not top bar. So what pages do we have which we can add? We can add, first of all, we can add home and blog to our website. Now you can choose to add something like the categories. If I come to the dashboard and I come to post categories, if I click on view for this, I can just copy this code, come to menus, look for custom links, paste the URL here, and see basketball. I'll add that to menu, so I don't need to add the entire home page, blog page. I can do the same. I'll come to football view. I can just right click and copy link. I'll add it here and see football. This one I'll right click, copy link, and see golf. I'll right click on this one too, copy link, add it here, and see soccer. And this one, of course, I'll copy link address and see tennis. So these are the things I'm adding to my channel. So if I now come and view this on the front end, you see we have all of this. So to make things very, very easy for us, we can easily just add our logo here. So we come to customize, site identity. We can select our icon, upload it here, is going to most often crops part of the icon to show us the snippet here. Let's select. So you see we are going to have to crop part of this. Let's just crop this area, and that's what it's going to show. So you now see it here on top of your website. Then let's go to header and go to logo. Select the logo here. I want to skip cropping. So it's showing us that our logo is bigger than it should. So I can skip cropping and it's going to show here that is too big. So max width, I can increase that. Let's make this 250. So I'm going to leave that as it is. So for the menu, we've selected, the menu is already chosen. What we can simply do is to increase the size of the menu text. Let's go to typography and let's look at main menu, and we want to increase it to, let's say 16. I think it shows for 16 or 17. I want to publish that. You can increase the font weight to make it, let's say 500. When you go to colors, you can even change the font color. So this is this. If I take a look at this website on the front end, so this is our website. You can see news articles going up. So we can also change the header. So this is basically what we are going to do for the header. We can also change the footer. If you come to, where were we? Okay, I'll come back to customize. You can change the footer here. It has a footer widget. Enable footer widgets. You can change them here. But I want to use Elementor header and footers to do this job because it makes it more visual. So I'll come to appearance, Elementor header and footer builder. I'm going to click on add new. Just keep this and see footer. And the type of template, it should be a footer. Display row, entire website. Then choose all pages, user rows, all. And let's click on publish. Then want to edit with Elementor right now. And then want to select a flex box. This one with 2 equal layouts, and then I want to duplicate this. Duplicate this. Here I want to add the logo. I will say logo. Where you see HFB, that's what we'll use. So that's the logo. And then I want to add some menu items here. So let's say we have something like a contact page. If we have a contact page, I'll go to add new pages. I'll say contact. I'm going to publish. I've published that. Pages again, add new. About us. I have several videos showing you how to create contact us page and about us, so I'm not going to create them in this tutorial. So I want to go back to appearance. and menus. I want to create another menu, create new menu, and I'll say foot menu, and it's supposed to appear on the footer. I'll create this menu. Which pages do I want to add there? I want to add blog, about us, contact, and let's just say that sample page. So those are the ones I'll add there. And now, where were we? Here, I can add a menu. Let me just publish this and reload the page so that those changes we've made will take effect. Then I want to see menu, and this is the one, HFB menu, and the layout should be vertical and it should be aligned center. It should also be black, and the typography should be 400 and it should be Montserrat. I'll make this 500 so that it's bolder. Yes, then here I'll add some social media icons. I'll add social icons. So you can add whatever icons you want. Let's say you want to add TikTok, or I'll add that there. So I've added those there. I want to come to shape. It should be circle, and then I'll just leave it the way it is. I want to give this entire section now. I want to make it this entire section. I'll just click here. I'll click on the entire container. I want to make the background type to be not black, but if I make it black, it will look odd. But it should be a bit reddish. Yes, so that is how I'm going to make it. And I want to give it all round padding. All round padding. I'll make it 50. I'll publish. So if I now look at the website on the front end, this is the footer we have. So that is how it's going to look. So if I click on the home, this is the home page. You can see all of this. And then if I click on basketball, it takes me to all the basketball articles. If I click on football, it takes me to all the football articles. If I click on golf, it takes me to all the golf articles. Now, if I search here for Tiger, you see it presents me this article with Tiger Woods, and there's also one on the home page which is about Tiger Woods, and then you can also search from here. And for the contact page, I'm not going to do that. I have several videos telling you how to build the contact page on this website. So that is that for this website. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I put videos like this, you will be the first to be notified. Please subscribe if you got any value out of this video. God bless you. Peace.